Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another Q&A video. I do these in tandem with my journaling that you can see here on screen, as well as with the season's greetings that I use from LESSERAVIA. I haven't done one of these in quite a while, so I will be showing what I've missed from the second half of 2024, and it's already the end of 2025. So I've got lots to show you. I'm gonna do this showing what I've done. I like to do some dedicated LESSERAVIA pages since I do kind of daily journaling, as you can see here. This is some photos I printed off from Crazy Era back when they were teasing the English release version. Just kind of fun stuff that I like to do. Oh, this is so nostalgic. This is when I went to DPR Ian's concert last year, a year ago now. And then here's Eugen's birthday. I usually do a page dedicated to the girls' birthdays just for fun. But yeah, lots of fun things to show here. Little say my name section. And then after I'm done showing this, I'll probably move into Q&As that I've had you guys leave me on a post that I put on my community tab, as well as on my last video that I did for Q&A. That was the LESSERAVIA timetable for Crazy Japan. And then here is Unche's little birthday page. And then November last year, there was a Yunjin Unche event at a cafe I went to. So there's a little dedicated thing for that, as well as a picture of what it looked like. And that is all I have to show you from 2024 that I missed in my last video. This is all 2025 now, and I decided to get the books that were half the year, so I'm actually fully complete this one. So we're looking at January of this year. I used the beginning of the year of all of my journals to kind of do reflections on the last year. Here's even planning for YouTube video plans and stuff like that, as well as vision boards, and then also some of my rankings that I did, just a way to keep track of them. And then we move right into Hot Era. I usually do these sticker spreads that kind of relate to the themes that they're releasing, the concepts that they do. It's really fun for me to just kind of visualize it in my own way. And then here was the track list that they provided with the lyrics that they also do. I really like doing that. That's something I love doing. And then I did some vlog planning. If you haven't seen my hot vlog, please go check it out. And then there's also hot release right there. And moving right along into Sakura's birthday. This year I decided to give them their own little heart. So I got this cute little pack of stickers, and they all had hearts that I felt best represented each member. And I even got one for the family party with all the colors you can see there. I love my little hearts. And this is the different timetable schedule with some little Sanrio homage stickers that I was really happy to put there. That's everything I decided to flip through for this video, the first half of 2025. For the rest of this video, I will be working on also 2024, finishing up the season's greetings that I do. As you can see me flipping through it, I do sticker pages and stuff like that. This particular book became very delicate as I continued to use it, so I'm not doing too much in here, and I'm just going to be using this section as a background while I go into addressing the questions that you guys have left me. The first question that comes from my previous video, so it's from quite a while ago, but it is, where can I buy albums you are no longer wanting and are now selling? That is on my trading Instagram. That is probably the best place to find those types of things. I'm certainly selling lots of things, extras or collections I'm no longer keeping up with. Mainly extras though, especially for groups like LESSERAVIA. But my trading Instagram is linked in the description down below, but it's also just Blue Flames with 3 S's. That is the best place, but I believe within my links and my card, which is a website that I created for my trading and also YouTube more or less. I think I also have my Depop listed there, which can sometimes be easier for buyers to use. If you aren't as familiar with trading and selling on the Instagram platform, if you don't have a buy sell trade for K-pop on Instagram, that's a good spot as well. But I'm not very good at putting everything everywhere, so definitely Instagram is where you see the most that I have available. The next question is, I would like to know how you store your collection. The Meowcafe binders are especially big, and I personally have trouble deciding where to aesthetically store them. If possible, I would love to see your room/bookshelf setup. I do store my Meowcafe binders. They are big, but that's also what makes them so great, specifically in the Kallax IKEA shelves. I do actually show my room and bookshelf setup. It is in the background of a lot of my vlogs. vlogs where I'm talking to the camera, I'm usually doing it right in front of those bookshelves. They aren't just for K-pop, even though they primarily are. I would say they are like 75% K-pop, but the rest of it is also just regular functional shelves as well. I would like to do a like shelf tour at some point. I think I've talked about wanting to do it in the past and I haven't quite gotten there yet, but perhaps in one of my next upcoming vlogs, that's usually where I do it. So if you want to kind of get a glimpse of it, it is in the vlogs there. And if you are looking for something to help store specifically Meowcafe binders or large binders, I really would recommend the Calyx shelves because it fits them quite nicely. Next one is, how do you store your collection? We did answer that, but how do you decide which artist you will start collecting and what's your grail item? I don't really decide when to start collecting an artist, I would say. I think it usually has to do with a combination of if I like the music and also if I like the aesthetic of the group. Clearly, LESSERAVIA is the biggest group that I like the most in terms of music as well as aesthetically. I think it's very obvious to me why they match me so well, but perhaps that's because I really know myself quite well. Whereas when it comes to other groups, maybe it is more about just the music, so I'm collecting just a couple things from them, or I really like the look of a certain album or concept that they've done. But yeah, I'd say it's mainly a combination of enjoying the music and also the aesthetics of the group and everything. And my grail item, I don't think I can really bring it down to one. I think I've tried to do it in the past, perhaps in one of my much earlier videos, especially when I didn't have the same amount of things that I do now. At this point, I would really just say my grail items are my large LESSERAVIA binders. Not the photo card ones, it's the other ones, the one I always call my big binder even though they're all the same, but has all my like larger inclusion stuff. I think it's my grail item because I put so much care into those, and I know you guys even know that, so I think that is how I would answer that one. If money and space weren't an issue, what collections would you like to expand / begin? Yeah, money is the big one. And space, I didn't realize, is also definitely a large factor as these groups continue to release and create music. Space has become an issue with me. I am currently downsizing some of my collections because of that. But if that wasn't a problem, if I had a ton of space and money, I would definitely love to expand my aespa collection. I love their photo cards. They are so pretty. And to be honest, I think I would also expand in hyphen. I'm really into in hyphen, and I have recently learned that it seems like there is a lot of crossover between those who collect LESSERAVIA and in hyphen. So I think those are the ones that I would want to expand. For collections I would like to begin, I think I would love to begin a card collection, K-A-R-D card. I don't talk about them too much on this channel. They are an older group, but I love card. I like that they are a co-ed group. And then the other one I would definitely want to begin, 100%. It's literally, the money is a huge reason I don't. It's IVE. I really like IVE and their music, and their photo cards are just gorgeous. I just decided I couldn't even pick them up, so I just haven't, but that is definitely the one that came to mind first when I saw this question. I think that leads us really well into this next question as well. Are there other groups that you listen / stan and don't collect? IVE, I think, is the top of that list for me. I do really like IVE, but there are so many more. I really do enjoy music as the forefront for K-pop in general. There's tons of groups that I quite enjoy listening to. Sometimes it's just one-off songs or comebacks that I have just really connected with, and sometimes it's like more of their discography, like IVE, but I don't collect them for money, space, and also availability reasons. I think the best place to learn more about the songs and groups that I do like listening to would be to check out my end of the year rankings that I do. At the end of every year, I'll do a K-pop ranking kind of chart for myself. I love those videos. I'd like to share them because it's fun, but I love making them so that I can look back on them and like listen to the songs. It's so nice for me. But it's a total of usually around 60 songs, maybe a couple bonus ones. 50 I will just showcase in like chronological order that they were released through the year of the songs that I really like the most, and then I'll do my top 10 songs fully ranked at the end of the video. So I would recommend checking that out if you want to learn more about my K-pop music taste. And then really quick before we move on to the next question, you should have seen that I have moved on to Season's Greetings 2025. This was the LESSERAVIA Season's Greetings 2025 scheduler that they included instead of like the regular journal like 2024 style, the bound one. This is a top spiral, more notebook style one. The calendar piece was definitely smaller, but also like more stylized. I thought it was really fun. I loved the like playground playfulness theme of the entire Season's Greetings from this year. I love 2024 one as well, but there was less space to like write things in, so then therefore less space for like stickers and stuff on each page, which isn't a bad thing, but as I'm sure you can see, I am a big sticker person. I have tons of stickers and I really do like decorating. So I'm just going through this one and kind of just decorating what I want to. Oh, and then I think you also would see, I'm going to do it in this one, but I did it at the end of 2024. I do put in some like little pages, like notes from people that I trade or sell with or buy from or what have you. And then some like fun postcards and things I've gotten throughout the year that I just want to put somewhere, but I don't really know where, so I've been putting them in the back of the Season's Greetings because that's what they're for to me, kind of like memory keepers from the year. So that's the update for what we are looking at on screen. You do also see the FIM United stickers. Those are the ones that were included in their membership package from this year, 2025. It was the first year they included more than just like a card holder and photo cards, so I decided to put those in here. I think that is the catch up on what you're looking at on screen, but back to the questions. What are your best tips and tricks for finding items online? This is a very fair question, and I'll start off with saying that it is very time consuming. Finding things online is so time consuming, and I do really consider that a huge part of what this hobby is for me, is looking for things, finding things, and also there can be quite a satisfaction in looking for something so obscure and being able to find it after searching. The biggest thing I can tell you is to just kind of look everywhere that you can and using different types of keywords depending on the type of platform you are looking on. If it is a Korean platform, searching for the group's name or the member's name in Korean. Same with if it's Japanese or anything like that. Definitely talking to others that you know who are also collecting is a good way to do it. I find that the best place to find things for usually the best prices usually are on like the buy, sell, trade Instagram. However, that has become incredibly time consuming to search through because you're basically just scrolling through photos, and sometimes if you look through a hashtag or a group account, you're kind of just like looking at the same stuff over and over again. So my favorite place to look for items is through Mercari Japan. I find it just to be the most reliable in terms of availability as well as less prevalent scams and fakes. There still are some, but it's less prevalent. And then you can also use third-party services that will kind of check that stuff for you if you are willing to pay the additional fees for it. But there's a lot of availability on there. But my last big tip, the one that I use the most often to help me find things that I'm having a really hard time searching for, I'll do reverse image searches through Google just to kind of get an idea of where something might be. I have found a couple things that way through very obscure, like local K-pop stores in other countries. I did find something I was really searching for that ended up just being available for a really good price at a local K-pop store in Chile. And I was able to find someone who lived in Chile through Instagram to help me get it. There isn't really one way to do it, but there's a lot of definitely like you said, tips and tricks to kind of help you get there. And I hope that is a coherent enough answer that you maybe got something out of it. And the last question I have today is from Celsteria. Celsteria is another K-pop YouTuber. Celsteria and I have a couple of overlap groups like aespa and I think Idol, but she also makes videos about like Red Velvet, Blackpink, but also Cat's Eye and XG and Twice. She's got a lot of great Twice content. So if you are looking for more K-pop content that is outside of some of the groups I provide, perhaps Celsteria is where you should be checking out. But she asks, as a fellow content creator, what is one aspect of your content you wish viewers knew more about? I think that's a great question. I think the biggest thing about my content that I wish viewers knew more about is how time consuming it is. And to be honest, I don't necessarily think that viewers don't know that. I think it's also just when it comes to other things. Like when I have viewers that translate over to checking out where I am selling, so usually my sale Instagram, and not always being totally respectful or patient in that regard. And I would say that unfortunately it's a standout only because of those who have been somewhat impatient or perhaps sometimes I would consider maybe demanding or rude. It is a very, very small amount, but expecting responses or inquiries or things and not realizing that I make these videos, but I also have a job and I have life and I have so many things, and the editing of these videos, it in itself can take a really long time. So that I think would be one thing that perhaps for those small group of viewers to realize that a lot of this stuff takes a lot of time, takes a lot out of me, to be honest, when I balance it with everything else. But something I do think viewers do know is that I do really enjoy this. I really like making these videos and having conversations with you guys. I mention it a lot, so I really do hope you know, because it is something that has been a really positive impact of making and running this channel. I really, really enjoy that piece of it. Another aspect of my content that is definitely on the more positive side that I really do wish my viewers knew more about is that I never assume that you watch my videos or are aware of this channel if you reach out to me through generally my selling Instagram. I assume you don't, even though I have come to learn that that maybe is not a safe assumption, because sometimes down the line I'm realizing people that I've been interacting with have found me through my videos or found my videos later on. So please do mention if you do watch my videos. It is really nice to hear that, and I love connecting with you guys over that. So letting me know is always quite a highlight when I found out that you have found me through my videos and that you like watching my content. So I usually don't assume that you have seen these types of videos. So yeah, I think that is the best way I can answer this question. Thank you again to Celesteria for asking. And for viewers, be sure to check out another fellow K-pop YouTuber channel. And that also brings us to the end of the video as well. I hope I did a good job in answering the questions you gave me. Thank you to everyone who submitted some questions to ask me. If you do have any questions for a future video just like this, be sure to put them in the comments below, or I usually do make a community post like I said at the beginning. I'll make one of those closer to when I'm ready to film one of these again. But thanks so much for watching this. I really like this as a format, as a easy way for me to showcase my other hobby, which kind of has crossed over into the K-pop hobby like this, in a fun way that still is engaging, at least I hope. I am about to leave you with the final flip through of the calendar portion of this season's greetings, but be sure to like and subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.